All I feel is blue. Black.
Çünkü ben bir salamım. Heh. Adam gözü kırmızı lan, dayak yemiş.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think.
Come where?
The Golden Order
Okay.
knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. Alright? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen!
Bir dakika, bir dur.
I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this.
İyi takıldık ha. Morning.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't.
Geliyorum ben hemen.
Okay. Durulmuş bende. Aslında bir dakika. Neyse boşver. Hadi öl be. Tüh be. Alıbaya bab. Önce Claimer'ı koysaydım.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what?
Sorma mı olsun?
This time, I'm coming with you.
No. Even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Borchard.
Bro, push talk alabilir misin ya?
Direkt kendimi yutarım, merak etme.
Big Bad Wolf Studio.
Bu arada oyunun sonunda da ana karakter her şeyi rüya olarak görmüş, haberin olsun.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Burchard's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris.
Ölümü istiyorsun galiba Gürkan anne. Gel beni öldür diyorsun.
So you choosing death.
And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his
Dakika,
private
şaka
island,
yapıyorum hadi.
which, by the
Keyfine
way,
bak.
looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
The Council. Episode 1, The Mad Ones. Oh my god.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age. Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Hone.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Hone, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Ne oldu ya?
Mother?
What the
Shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah. No one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No.
Kadının gözü yukarı doğru kaymış ha.
I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Get her. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay.
Adam geleceği mi görüyor? Ne yapıyor?
Ha, o geleceği gören karakter kötü karakter işte.
Are you alright? What's going on? Here, take this.
Adam burnu kanadı lan.
Keep it. Are you better?
O burnunun kanamasının sebebi de şey, diğer dünyayla bağlantılı. Ne kadar çok
Dalga geçiyorsun değil mi şu an?
Why don't you go on ahead
Yo
and
ciddi.
I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Dökük dalga geçiyorum.
Yes.
Dalga geçiyorum.
I'm sorry.
Ya oyun hakkında en ufak bir şey bilmiyorum, merak etme.
Fine.
Bizim ana karakteri kötü karakteri diyor lan, bizim karakterimiz.
Ya o şey aslında sen çift karakterlisin ama farkındasın, yani şizofreni var karakterde. Diğer yanı kötü işte.
Crazier, or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me.
Oyunda şey göreceksin. Adını sen söyle. Bazı yerlerde böyle ne olduğunu anlamayacaksın, böyle sanki sahne kesilmiş gibi falan. Aslında işte o zamanlarda şizofreni tarafın, diğer tarafın ortaya çıktı.
Louis,
Seni yönetmiş gibi bir şey oluyor.
But we didn't happen
Yani
to
o
run
yüzden
into
ama
each
Anladım, tamam.
Yes, Duchess?
other. I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before.
You're speaking bullshit, so I'm blocking.
As to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
valla istiyorsan
Your class, choose your class diyor. Diplomat, oculist, dedektif. Neymiş? The diplomat shines as a talent
Tamam,
speaker.
bana da anlatma bari oyunu. Belki ben ileride oynarım, tamam mı? Thank you.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say you make up for yourself rather elegantly.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No, sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Oo, bu oyun iyi ha.
Oyunu sevdiysem hoş.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest
Bu adada kaybolmuş yani. İyi. Herhangi bir şeyin var mı?
should long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
And did you find anything then?
We discovered a certain amount of damage, sir, on the wooden part of the wharf.
What type of damage?
Broken barrels, mainly. We'll do whatever is necessary to have them rapidly repaired. But quite frankly, I can't imagine what Sir's mother would have been doing with them.
What could Mother have been doing with barrels?
Nevertheless, our search of the wharf hasn't been entirely unsuccessful, though.
What do you mean?
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Give me the handkerchief. I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
Yes, but...
Invited by your master.
No, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are. I must return now. There is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
Ya sen kimsin oğlum? Bye.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf? There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother. get it open barehanded.
Pick the lock olayı yok bizde, pick the lock.
This chest might look the Duchess of Hillsborough. Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy.
O barı nereye soktum ve konuştuğum zaman bura açılıyor ya.
Gene iğrenç bir takımla oynuyorum ya.
Some rope.
Kafama sıkacağım
It's
şimdi.
touched for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special. Let's see what's hidden inside. Ah, one of the letters is stamped with the seal of the order. And I recognize your handwriting anywhere, Mother. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Who are you writing to? I don't recognize the name. Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the
You
occasion.
left the diffuser.
Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Der Riche.
game here, Mother. Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who's this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy, Godoy, Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar? I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. It's too badly written, I can't make out the address. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look. A letter written in an Oriental language. I haven't the slightest idea what it says. The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the order sent some envoys there. Probably a Dutchman. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Pashi. No, can't seem to place it.
Sen ne salak birisin lan. Ha? Ne mal birisin ya. Praşı anlamıyorum. Anla artık da.
Great, honey. Clearly, I'm not much for manual labor. Let's see if I can get it open another way. There we are. Pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful. Honey, the remedy of the gods. This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of... A fragment of amber.
Yayında mısın sen?
Hı. Sadece konuşma tuşuna bastığım zaman skill geri açılıyor abi, ona sinir oldum ya. Tuşta değiştiremiyorsun.
Konuşma tuşunu değiştir.
Sence ben onu değiştirir miyim lütfen? Ölsem değiştirmem.
Anlıyorum. Hay gerginim, ben bayağı gerginim şu an.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Sadece pişt ve yayını izle. Sana tek tavsiyem o. İzle yani, izle. İzle.
Genel bir gerginliğim var zaten benim son zamanlarda. Ama kendimi germe geçekim.
Dur geri izle.
Ya izleriz, tamam, bir iki renk tatmak istiyorum sadece.
Impressive.
Ah, my son, I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
My mother and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you could trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage
Shit. Yanlışını seçtim ya.
put my trust in you.
Hemen load et. Hemen.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Listen, you have nothing to fear. I will give your letter to my mother the moment I find her.
The moment you find her? You mean Sarah has gone missing?
Shit, I shouldn't have said that. Let's not exaggerate.
What the fuck? Orada başka bir şey yazıyordu. Başka bir şeydi de oğlum. Abi bu kadar da olmaz ama
No
ya.
other information at this time. It's probably nothing.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Kanka o alışılageldiğimiz bir durum yani. Diyalog seçmeli rol yapma oyunlarında.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Derich. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order.
Giyotin neydi? Şey değil miydi o? İşkence aleti.
Giyotin mi? İşkence değil, idam aleti o.
İdam aleti miydi?
Aha, hani böyle kafayı koyuyorsun yukarıdan giyotin iniyor ya.
Ha kafayı doğru.
Aha. Bu tarz bilgilere neden sahibiz
Safe
acaba ya?
passage across the borders.
I don't know.
Even if she
Yarın
does
bir
not
gün
share
lazım
all
olur değil mi böyle? Hemen
convictions,
ihtiyaçtan
she
yapıyoruz bir
always
tane
provided
giyotin.
assistance.
Ama kafa için değil, anladın?
Bir Türk filmde iğrenç bir sahne vardı
Ama o
ya.
aklıma geldi benim de işte. Neydi o?
Hiç fikrim yok ya.
Kahpe Bizans mıydı? Neydi o?
Yok o değil o değil. Kahve
Bizans oyunları.
Bizans oyunları olabilir evet.
Evet. Şey de vardı. Neydi? Oğuzhan Uğur falan ne de oynuyordu.
İğrenç bir şey yani sahne gerçekten.
Abi çok güldüm ama diye.
Ben bayağı utandım yani.
Only for
Bayağı
Christ.
utandım.
Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about
same room, I
15
guess.
names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her. That time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Açıp okusaydık. Herhangi bir şeyim var mı?
Did you kill Ella or?
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Permanent skill points. Okay.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Abi oyunda George Washington var lan. Gürkan. Gürkan. Duyuyor musun beni? Alo.
Ya Kaan ne olur! Ya kardeşim ben seninle sus diyorum ama sen de bende sus. Bana ne George Washington'dan ya? Ya oğlum Ranked'dayım diyorum ya.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organises a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet,
Derişe demen yerim. Oyunun sonunda George Washington'a basur ameliyatı yapıyor. Gerildim. Abi ne diyeceğim ya? Gerilme. Oyundur sonuçta. She's missing dersem kötü olur. Diğeri neydi? Invent something. Bir şeyi önleme. O daha kötü olur. O yüzden she's gone missing.
Asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision. Let's see what Washington has to say.
I am more
Sir,
calm now.
if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Washington gel ifadeni alacağım.
George Washington sonra dediğim yalnız gerçek ha.
Just like you, when I arrived this
Haberin
morning,
olsun.
I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
And you, Emily, what do you think of my mother?
I only know her through the order. The one time we met, we only exchanged a few words in a corridor of Parliament.
And was the exchange courteous or impassioned?
I'm not sure if I understand.
Was there any reason for her to be angry with you?
Under other circumstances, I would slap your face for even asking, but I'll put your lack of tact down to her disappearance. Know that your mother is a woman I would love to work with. Her reputation is entirely deserved. Mr. Washington will be able to tell you more.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother. When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago. Sarah often went back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? When she came to the US, did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader without her help. We are a new country, and to achieve our democratic ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
I wonder if Mother is still on the island. Could she not have taken a boat and left?
I don't see how. No vessel can moor closer than 200 yards. Not to mention the permanent presence of staff and servants. There is one strange thing, I grant you. This island is barely the size of Delaware, and despite that, no one has been able to locate your mother.
So my mother still must be on the island.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Home doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms. Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
End of the corridor dedi.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napolyon mu? Abi çok iyi ya. Napolyon bile var.
Monsieur Jacques Perru. A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia. Decorum guide. Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Almanlar bile var ya.
İnsanlık gerçekten gerizekalı. Neyse senin yayını izleyip biraz moderatörlük yapayım.
Benim odayı herhalde cehennem dibine koymuşlar Gürko. Hani. Allah. Tüm sarayı dolaştım.
Anlamında gibi bir oda mı?
Yo, yatak odası.
Bakalım.
His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Neredesin?
Huh,
Ben
that's
neredesin?
me.
Ya bu oyun ya şey mi içeri? Dedektif göğüslüğü falan mı içeri bu arada?
Ya kanka açtığın skill'lere göre değişiyor bak. Dedektif skill'lerim var, tamam mı? Dur. Diğerleri
Ekran
nerede?
gelsin de. Ha, dedektif skill'leri.
Bak dedektif skill'lerim var. Sonra bu işte yalan söyleme vesaire vesaire, ona ne deniyor? Lockpick'tir, yalan söylemedir, birini inandırmaktır yalana. O skill'lerim var. Bir de politician oluyorsun abi. Yani politika üzerinde konuşuyorsun. İşte şeyleri yakından tanıyorsun. Onları yakın takip ettikten sonra vesaire vesaire. Ben dedektifi aldım. Hani her şeyi kaçırmadan görüyorum yani.
It might be about my mother's just.
Anladım karşıma. Bir bakalım
But if I
hayırlısı
open
olsun.
it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do? Okay, let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi. So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon. Wow, nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Dur ben böyle yiyecek bir şeyler varsa diye bakınayım ki yayını tadı çıksın.
Bak bakayım.
Gelmiş bulunmaktayım. O kadar da çok düşünme, delirirsin.
Anladım, unlocklanmıyor daha. Ama bu lazım ya.
Aynen, o translate şeysi lazım olabilir gibime geldi. Ama o açılmamış sanırım.
İşte açmak için 4 şey istiyor, yani şöyle açabilirim. Böyle. Şunu şuna veririm. Bu da noteworthy details or orderly placed elements diyor. Böyle iyi ya. Agility'yi boş ver. Ona ihtiyaç. Questioning, psychology, logic. Tamamdır, iyi böyle.
Bu arada karakterin gözleri sarı sanırım. Sarı
Yeşil.
sanırım.
Yeşil.
Yeşil mi? Hmm. Vay arkadaş.
Bunlar ne oğlum? John Casper diyor, a method by which to analyze individuals based on their physical appearance, notable effect. A serial physical men providing much information on their lives and origin. Lefletçe ne oğlum ya? Lefletçe anlamam ben. Şunu açalım anasını satayım. He, fletçe bir şeyler diyor.
O ne be?
Ne bileyim oğlum.
Neyse. Bu ne, transa geçip bir yerleri mi görüyor? Bir şeyleri mi
Transta
görüyor?
zaten şu an. Aynen, hani burnu kanıyor, bir hoş oluyor ama geleceği görüyormuş gibi hiç bilmiyorum.
Derichet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Derichet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President? There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
I'm coming.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable
Çok
to
garip
join
bir
you
tipim
in
var
person.
ya.
However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Patlama lan.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Evet.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Şey harbiden çok sinir bozucuymuş bu arada ya.
Yes. Well,
Konuşma tuşuna basınca böyle karakter menüsü açılmaz.
Evet değil mi? Yani değiştiremiyorsun da abi, kafayı yiyeceğim ya.
Emin misin?
Evet bak. Options, controls. Bu yani. Başka yok.
Bakıyorum şimdi, bir dakika bekle. Garipmiş abi.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room, and perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Sıçtık. Aha. Sen ne vardın kanka?
Lan ben başka bir şey bakıyordum o sırası önce. Help George Washington investigate about your vision.
Your
Allah,
vision
ben
ama.
İşte your vision, pardon. Your vision'ı hiç hatırlamadığım için investigate diyemeyeceğim ama yani
Annesi
Çocuğun
hakkında
okulu-
konuşuyorlardı. Vision'ında.
bizim karakterim.
Biz onu bulmak için geldik zaten buraya.
Siz kimsiniz benim anam hakkında konuşuyorsunuz lan deyip bir şey atar yapamıyor muyum, sanırım böyle bir şey yok. Burada bu arada investigate your vision dediği şey mi? Hani gördüğün şeyi bir gözden geçir tekrardan mı, yoksa
Yok,
ben
şey-
gördüklerinden eminim.
Aynen. O iki kişi konuşuyor. Bu da işte gidip işte kulak misafir olacak vesaire vesaire ne konuşulur onu öğrenmeye çalışacak galiba. Diğer yandan da George Washington'a yardım edersek Order diye bir şey varmış, onu arkamıza alırız. Onun yardımını alırız.
O şey, tamam biz geleceği görüyorduk. Tamam. Öyle investigation.
Kafam karışık şu an.
Yazı tura atalım mı?
Atalım kanka. Var mı yanında?
Var. O zaman yazı Help George Washington.
Hı.
İşte Tura'da
Investigate. Ha.
Vision. Okey.
Tamam.
3, 2, 1 atıyorum. Investigate about your vision kanka.
Sir,
Tamamdır.
I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help one day.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later.
Adam şey dedi lan, umarım yakında benim yardıma ihtiyaç duymazsın dedi ya. Konuşamadım.
Umarım yakın zamanda benim yardımıma ihtiyaç duymazsın. Sen
Aynen.
kimi tehdit ediyorsun ya?
Oğlum çok
Ben
fena.
geliyorum.
Tamam.
5 dakika geliyorum bu arada.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. Louis, you're straying from your objective. Duke Manuel Godoy. I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway. My instructions are to let no one pass.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte. Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Listen, I'm an insomniac and Sir Home told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Home gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again? Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once, sir.
I'll wait for you in my room. I need to find a place to watch undisturbed. The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
I am back by the way.
Hoş geldin.
The Prince. Bak. The Prince. Hani.
The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica.
Gerçi ben bayağı geçten geliyorum, o yüzden sana bir anlam ifade etmemiş olabilir.
We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. This window opens onto the balcony. Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Evet, pusmuşuz.
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Şu adam şey ya, Napolyon. Gürkan.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be...
Bir göreyim o adamı.
What I saw in my vision really did happen.
Gerçi Napolyon, bir dakika.
I hope I haven't missed anything important.
Napolyon o mu? Çok genç.
Çok fena değil mi?
Evet. Garip
Now
ya.
that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What, here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
O nasıl bir voice aktördür
Not an
Napolyon'daki
easy
ya.
name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Ma'am.
Ya. Napolyon'un sesi gerçekten çok kötü. Kaç yaşında Napolyon bu?
Abi tam basacaktım, opportunity failed dedi ya.
Well, I better get away from here.
İşte oğlum elini öyle çenende beklemeyeceksin.
Ne bileyim oğlum.
Ben çok bardak mouse kırmışımdır Telltale Games'te böyle elimi bir saniye çektim diye.
Wow wow wow wow wow wow, chill bitch. Wow.
I can explain.
Perhaps, but remains. Still,
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat.
you have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
Garden elixir, cure yourself.
I'm not here for you.
Swear your
What are you
innocence.
doing in my room?
Oğlum yapabilecek başka bir şey yok zaten ya. Swear your innocence falan diye bir şey yap.
First of all, let's keep calm. My being here is just a coincidence. Anyway, I seriously doubt what I'm doing in your room is really the question that interests you. Now, is it?
Clever boy. So answer the question that does interest me. What were you really doing on the balcony?
A young soldier arrived this evening. Someone was waiting for him in his room. I wanted to find out more, and what I heard was worth the risk.
All right, go on. Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
I overheard a conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems
İyiymiş ha outfit'i, hani hoşuma gitmedi değil şimdi.
mother was
Uh-huh,
involved. Something about a
sure.
military campaign. Apparently, my mother validated an order of cannons to help this man.
Really? Since when does the Order finance wars?
As far as I know, since never.
Did they give any details? A date? What they were for?
Nothing at all. Did you know anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit. Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Louis.
O kadın orada öyle bırakılıp gidilir.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Burada değildim eğer bir şey dediysen.
Oh shit man. Bro. God. We are so fucked. So fucked.
Niye?
Adam bize letter verdi, tamam mı? Şey mühürlüydü. Sözde bu
Ha,
adamın
sen de
annesi
onu açtın.
açtım. Şimdi geri istiyor. İsim ekleyeceğim dedi. Ama açık.
Ha.
Bak opsiyona bak. Lie to him. Kapalı abi. Give back to letter var abi sadece ya.
Bilemedim şimdi. Çok I have to name to add it, lie to him. Oy.
Açamıyorum ama.
Ay tamam, mevzuyu şimdi anladım. Yapacak başka bir şey yok abicim.
Şu. Ne geçiyor? Difficulty 2. Version locked.
Sen oyun içi değiştirebiliyor musun? Hani
Hayır.
ben de bir an değiştirebiliyorsun sandım.
Keşke direkt açardım. Level 1 yapsam şuna bir tane verseydim. Yalan söyleyebilirdim.
Here it is.
You opened it.
Don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
You gave me your
You
word
fucked
before
kardeşim
God.
yani.
I can assure you that
Daha
my
ne
mother and
denir
I share
bilmiyorum.
everything.
You fuck.
That's enough.
You hold
Word
the
is
cock
worthless. I
and you
will
fuck.
mother this letter myself.
Çok garip bir sahneydi gerçekten.
Exhausted.
Bak elini gene çekiyorsun mouse'lardan falan.
I'll search the
Dikkatli
room
ol.
tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Ben geliyorum ben.
Tamam. Deneme 1 2 3. Deneme.
Chapter'dan chapter'a geçiyorum galiba.
Chapter'dan chapter'a mı geçiyorsun? Uy haçanda sen neydeyiz? Saçmaladım biraz sanırım, pardon.
Alright. In my vision yesterday, I saw.
Dur bir yayını kapatacağım. Oyunu da kapatacağım. İşim çıktı.
İşim mi çıktı bana mı?
Yayını kapatıyorum da.
Peki daha anlıyorum. Geldiğin zaman şeydir. Uzun süre mi gelmem?
1,5-2 saat, 2,5 saat vesaire.
Tamam.